Hi, I'm Rick Wright. I'm a career specialist with the Career Center of the East Baton Rouge Parish Library. We're located at the main branch, and we would like to show you how do you apply for a job online with Home Depot. So as you can see, start with a web browser, and this is the Career Center's website, which is a useful resource, and go to homedepot.com. And I'm going to get myself out of the picture, but you'll still be able to see what's on the screen. Now, we're going to let Home Depot website know where we're located. That can be helpful. Now, with many websites, the way you apply for a job is towards the bottom. Sometimes it's at the top, and you look for something that says something like careers, and that's exactly what they have. So careers. And this part is a little confusing, but I've already worked through this a couple times. Go to career areas, and for most people, you want to click on retail careers, such as working in your local Home Depot store. All right. Now, another tip for companies or businesses that are nationwide or regional is don't start searching for job openings. First, you search by location. Otherwise, it's going to tell you job openings all the way across the country, such as Oregon and Washington State. So let's tell it we're interested in job openings in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It thinks that's what we need. We'll do a search. All right. And these are some job openings with Home Depot in Baton Rouge, different Home Depot locations. And let's go with merchandising. You apply for the one that you are interested in and at the store where you are most interested in working. But we just want to show you what the process looks like. So search by location, then you get job openings in Baton Rouge or the Baton Rouge area, different stores. And we're going to go for merchandising. All right, they provide a brief description of what a merchandising job at Home Depot entails. Create complete in-store merchandising solutions, developing planograms, and so on. And they also provide a helpful video. Let's go ahead and say apply. Click on apply. Don't have an account yet. Email address. We've created a fictional Jane Q. Public 1976b@gmail.com. Then we have to create a password for our account with the Home Depot website. And notice that there are password requirements. It has to be 8 to 25 characters. Has to have at least one special character, such as exclamation marks, dollar signs, and so on. Now, we have a brochure about how to make a good password. And we're not going to go through that right now, but a good starting point is a word or a name that is easy for you to remember and difficult for somebody else to guess. We suggest something like the name of your first pet, the middle name of one of your parents, or the city or town where you were born. We're going to go with Snoopy with a capital S. Anytime you see the eyeball, click on the eyeball so you can see what you're typing instead of a bunch of dots. Birth year, and let's go with a dollar sign. You create your own password. Don't use this one. But one thing that is absolutely essential before you continue, write down which website, which username or email address, and what is the password you created for this website. Write it down and take it with you. You can even email it to yourself or save it as a note in your smartphone. Now Home Depot is a little different. Oh, first of all, they want you to do it twice, just to make sure you know what it is and you typed it correctly. Because it's essential that there's no confusion about your password. You don't want to forget it, or you're going to have trouble getting in to complete your application or to check on a status. Home Depot is a little tricky in that they add security questions. People have trouble with these. We'll offer you some guidance. First, Choose a security question where there is only one right answer. For example, favorite vacation spot, that could change from time to time. And you also want something that's fairly simple, something that you can remember clearly. Let's go with mother's maiden name. And then, so write this down. You may even email it to yourself, save it in your smartphone. Write down what was the security question and what was the answer. And you want to answer it as simply as possible. I recommend no capital letters, not 2 words. Just my mother's maiden name is Smith. You notice I did not use a capital letter. So we've got our account, passwords, security question, which one, and exactly how we typed it in, with no confusion about uppercase or lowercase. Continue. Save the password. We don't want the web browser to save the password. They tell you a little bit more information. They tell you it'll take about 8 to 10 minutes to complete this application. Let's get started. Now, before I continue, an important tip is any questions that have a red star, you have to answer. If there is not a red star, you do not have to answer, although you might wish to if it's going to help you be interviewed, if it's going to help you get the job. Are you currently an employee of Home Depot or its subsidiaries? No. Save and continue. Are you at least 18? You're legally able to work in the United States, so you're an American citizen, you have a green card or a work visa? Yes. Save and continue. Now they want to get some more information, such as, what is your name? Jane. I know I might not sound like a Jane. Public. Last 4 digits of social security number. Now, we are going to use a fictional social security number. It doesn't belong to anybody, and please do not use this. But we need to put something so that we can continue. Address. There's a red star, so we have to answer. Jane Q. Public lives at 111 ABC Street. A lot of people get confused when there's an address line 2. That doesn't, for most people, this doesn't apply. If, for example, you lived at LSU, you might say Donlin Hall, room 102, line 2, Louisiana State University. Most people, this doesn't apply. Baton Rouge. And one thing we need to cover is anytime you see a box that has an arrow, that means it's a drop-down menu. So you click on the arrow, and it gives you a list of choices, ranging from Afghanistan all the way down to whatever the last entry is, Zaire, Zimbabwe. But most people who are applying live in the United States, so it already gives you that as a default answer. But now let's go to state, region, or province. All right, Alabama, we've got to click on the little bar, scroll down until you see, okay, Louisiana, zip code 70802. Phone number. Something to notice is that they tell you what the format for the phone number needs to be. This is important. Sometimes people don't catch this, and the website says, hey, that's an invalid answer. It won't let you continue with the application. It tells you that the format needs to be number, dash, number, dash, number. So Jane Q. Public's phone number is 225. This is a fictional phone number. Please do not use this. And hopefully it will accept it. Jane Q. Public's email address is janeqpublic1976b@gmail.com. Make sure you use your email address, and make sure it's an email address that you can get into it. We frequently see patrons who have forgotten their password and they can't get into their email account. You don't want to use that email account. You want an email account that you know what it is and you know the password and you can log into it anytime you need to. Click on Save and Continue. What? Okay, this is a good chance to show you that anytime you haven't answered something correctly or you've forgotten it, the website warns you, usually with a nice friendly red warning, and it tells you where the problem is. Okay, somehow Louisiana didn't catch, so let's try that again. There we go. Click on Save and Continue. All right. Please list up to 3 previous positions which are relevant to working at the Home Depot. This is standard for online job applications. They want to know a little bit about your work history, except this one, it says relevant. So if you had a job that probably has nothing to do with working merchandising at Home Depot, leave that out. But they want up to 3 previous positions. We're going to put in 2 just to save a little bit of time. So Jane Q. Public once worked for High Tech and was a machinist. That sounds relevant. From, notice they tell you what the format needs to be. Month / day / year. So number / number / number. Most people can remember the year and the month. Some people might have trouble remembering the exact day, and this is where you might have to guess a little bit. The Jane Q. Public has worked from December, I don't know what day, let's say December 1st, 2017, to, let's say Jane still is here, so we can click on today's date, or May, can't remember which day, let's say May 1st, 2020. All right, let's put in one more. Jane Q. Public worked for ABC Signs and was a technician. From November 2015, don't know what date, so we're going to say November 1st, 2015. It is important to try to make the dates as accurate as possible. And finished November, don't know what day, November 1st, 2017. All right. Want to save a little bit of time? We'll just go with 2 rather than 3. Click on Save and Continue. Work preferences. This is important. And fortunately, Home Depot makes it pretty easy. They want to know, when can you work? It doesn't mean that they're going to schedule you for 80, 100 hours per week, but what are the 20, 30, 40, 60 hours across the week when you could work if they schedule you? Can you work weekdays? Yes. Notice there's red stars, so it's required. Can you work Saturdays? Yeah, I can work Saturdays. Are you available to work Sundays? Yeah, but I'd like not to work on Sundays, so I'm actually going to click on no this time. You might click on yes or no in different ways. Select the time frames for which you are available to start work. Again, it doesn't mean that they will schedule you in all of these parts of the day, but when could you? I'm willing to work early mornings. I'll get up early. I can work mornings. I can work afternoons. I can work nights. But if I'm going to work early in the morning, I don't want to work in the late night. I won't do overnights. And we sometimes see people who come to the library and they say, yeah, I'll work overnight. You bet. No, I won't work early mornings, and so on. Just when could you work if they schedule you? This is what we're going to put for now. You put down when you can work. Other than English, what languages do you speak? Any languages selected will be assessed during your interview process. In other words, if you say you can speak Arabic or Chinese or French, I guess they're going to test you on this. So make sure you give a good, honest answer. It turns out that I've actually studied a lot of languages. I majored in languages. I had 5 years of French and still speak it moderately well. So I'm going to go ahead and take the risk of saying French. Have you ever served in the military? No. If you did, click on yes. Select the option that best represents how you heard about job openings at the Home Depot. All right, with an arrow, it's a drop-down menu. Let's see what our choices are, ranging from an association or career partner, career fair, or a referral. Let's say I learned about it through the Home Depot website. Click on Save and Continue. All right. All online job applications ask these questions, although they do give you the option of not answering. They just want to know about are you male, female, what is your ethnic background? Jane Q. Public is female. You might say male. You might say, I'd rather not say. Are you Hispanic or Latino? You can say yes or no, which includes I'd rather not say. J&Q Public is not Latino or Hispanic. If you are, go ahead and click on yes. So no. Then they have a follow-up question. If you answered no to question 1, are you Asian, African American, and so on? J&Q Public happens to be white or Caucasian. You can click on I choose not to disclose. Click on save and continue. All right. Now, here's where they ask some questions that have to do with a tax credit program. They want to know, have you served in the military? Were you unemployed? Have you received different types of government benefits? Have you received supplemental security income? You might say yes, you might say no, you might say, I think so, but I'm not sure. We're going to say unsure. You answer as honestly and correctly as you can. Save and continue. All right. This is where you basically are saying all the information I have provided is correct and complete. If anything's false, they may not hire me. What are the terms of being hired? That means you are employed at will for no definite term. So they can let you go at any time. You can leave at any time. And you're also giving them authorization to check your background. There's some other details. Also, if you live in California, Maryland, Massachusetts, Montana, or Rhode Island, some other laws apply, although I don't see what difference that makes, because you pretty much have to say, yeah, I agree, or else they will not continue. They will not consider you. J&Q Public, 1976. B. You are agreeing to the terms. All right, this is an important stage, and people do get confused by this. This is your chance to make sure that all the information you have entered so far is correct. You want to make sure some things are extremely important, such as your name. Did you get the Social Security number correct? Did you give the correct phone number and correct email address? Otherwise, they're not going to be able to check on you or contact you. Your work experience, is that correct? When you can work, this is important. If they hire you and you said, yeah, I can work on Saturdays, and you say, no, I can't, that's going to be a problem. Yes, I can work on Saturdays. I don't want to work on Sundays, but I can work during the week. I can work, they can schedule me anytime from 4 a.m. through 8 p.m., but I don't want to work nights or overnights. Make sure that this is all correct. But if you want to correct something, you have a chance to make a change by clicking on the Edit button. You know, I think I better say, I'm not prepared to speak French. So let's fix that. All right. Gender, ethnic background, I'm not sure about that. Let's say that I have not received any of these benefits. Unemployed within the last year. I have not been unemployed within the last year. If you have, click on yes. We'll fix that. All right. Send my application. So we're done now, right? Click. Well, not quite. This is common with a lot of online job applications. They want to give you an assessment to find out a little bit more about you as a person, and if you have some of the basic skills that are necessary for this job. So click on Take Assessments. And it is important that you do this and nobody helps you. All right. You're confirming your identity. Yep, I agree. We'd like to learn more about you. State your true opinion. There's no right or wrong answers. Shouldn't take more than 15 minutes to complete. Oh boy. When you're done, click Finish. Thank you for applying at the Home Depot. So let's take a look. Whoops. Okay, there's different sections, instructions. Rate the extent to which you agree or disagree with each of the following. Click on Next. All right. I'm willing to select a challenging work assignment that I can learn a lot from. We cannot tell you how to answer these questions, but we can explain how they work. So here's a statement. I'm willing to work, challenging work assignment, and I can learn from it. You strongly disagree with that. That's not true of me at all, or strongly agree. That's completely true of me, or something in the middle. And we're going to fast forward through this part because don't answer the way I do, but I'm going to click on the same thing just to move through this as quickly as possible. And we'll see you when we get to the second section. All right, we're done with section 1. This brings us to section 2. Rate the extent to which you agree or disagree with the following statements. That sounds familiar. How is this different? Click on next. I see myself as someone who is talkative. You strongly disagree, strongly agree, or something in the middle. Again, be honest. They're trying to get to know more about you as a person, a personality, and a worker. Answer honestly, and we're going to fast forward through this. Don't use our answers. All right, we're done with section 2. This takes us to section 3. Please select the matching code from the list of options on the following pages. Wonder what that means. Click on next and find out. All right, there's only 4 questions. Please select the matching code from the list of options. H9P3K2LM, and then you have a whole bunch of little codes. What they're probably trying to do is just to see how accurate you can be in your work at the store. If you're trying to match a product with a sign, with a shelf, with a place that it goes in the store, they want to make sure that you can match items to location correctly. Again, you answer these questions yourself, and we're going to fast forward through this, and we'll see you in the next section. All right. We are done with section 3, and it says that the assessment is complete. For some reason, it tells us how long it took to do that and when we did it. And we're going to exit the assessment. Now, here's the part that can be a little confusing. Does this mean we are done with our application? It would be nice if these websites would say something like application submitted or completed. They don't, but you can tell the assessment is completed. Completed assessments are removed from the list automatically. We don't have any assessments. In other words, we're basically done. We are done with this application, and we can sign out. Now, let's go back to the Career Center website. Thank you very much for watching this, and we hope that this was helpful. If you have any further questions about this, please feel free to contact us. You can reach us at this number, or use one of the email addresses of our Career Center staff. And if this video was helpful, please click on like or subscribe. And thank you very much for watching. We wish you well with your job search and your job application.